Leila spent years learning how markets were irrational. She studied behavioral economics. She knew the research. She could explain cognitive bias to a room full of colleagues with clarity and confidence. And then she walked into a salary negotiation for a new role, and the first thing the hiring manager said was, "Our budget is around 40,000. Leila had prepared for 65. She walked out with 48. And the entire drive home, she felt like she had won something. She hadn't won. She had been anchored. The anchoring effect is one of the most studied and most robust findings in the psychology of judgment. Nobel laureates Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky documented it across decades of research. It doesn't require expertise, trust, or pressure. All it requires is a number, spoken first. In one famous demonstration, researchers spun a wheel in front of participants. The wheel was rigged to land on either 10 or 65. Participants watched it land. Then they were asked, "What percentage of African countries are in the United Nations?" People who saw the wheel land on 65 gave significantly higher estimates than those who saw it land on 10. They knew the spinning wheel was irrelevant. It didn't matter. That is the depth of this mechanism. Beat 1. The first number in any conversation becomes the reference point, the center of gravity around which all other numbers are evaluated. Beat 2. This applies far beyond money. The first goal stated in a meeting shapes what counts as success. The first adjective used in a description shapes how the subject is perceived. The first offer shapes what feels like a concession. Beat 3. Anchoring works even when people are told to ignore it, even when they are warned about it, even when they are experts in the field being discussed. Beat 4. The only real defense is to arrive with your own anchor, to name your number, your frame, your reference point before the other side does. Leila now opens every negotiation. She puts the number in the room before anyone else does. Not aggressively. Precisely. She has learned what the research keeps confirming. The person who defines the starting point defines the conversation. But there is something deeper than tactics here. It is about awareness. Every conversation you enter has a frame someone has already begun constructing. The question is whether you notice it being built, or only realize it was there after the walls went up. We often believe our judgments are self-generated, that our reasoning begins from neutral ground. The anchoring effect tells us otherwise. It tells us that the mind builds from whatever it finds first. That is worth a moment of quiet consideration. In the next video, we look at something even more subtle. Not a number, but a word. Specifically, the name you give something, and how that name quietly rewires what the thing actually feels like.